Ever since that the hobgoblin got elected into office, formerly known as King Louis 45, named Donald Trump. Um, you've been basically seeing like what we looking at is an era of basically nothing but open racism and white supremacy, no doubt. And it doesn't get no worse than it does in NFL. Now, this is right here is a picture of Houston, Texas owner and also well-known Peckerwood, Bob McNair. We all know the comment that what he said about the recent comment as far as alluding to the NFL protests and stuff. And I think he said this behind closed doors, saying, and I quote, that we are not going to allow the inmates to run the prisons. Now, sorry. Jeez, hey, stay still. Now, when the word got spread around, we heard a lot of the Houston Texan players said they were talking about walking out in their Sunday's game. Shoot, the thing with a lot of these athletes, a lot of these black athletes, I say, dude, every week, since September 22nd, when their commander, sorry, Donald Trump made that statement calling NFL players SOBs, sons of a dog, and then challenging them, saying like if any of them take a knee, they ought to fire them right on the spot. This motherfucker here, Bob McNair, was one of the main ones. Sorry, people, technical difficulties. Was one of the main contributors in 2016. He donated $1 million to Trump's campaign inauguration, along with fellow racist and fellow plantation owner Calvin Candy up in Dallas, otherwise known as Jerry Jones, who, by the way, backed up Bob McNair's claim, backed him up. But now Bob McNair has not, yesterday, which was Friday, had came under fire and saying he apologized for saying what he's saying. That's the thing about when it come down with these crackers. See, they get caught with their pants down and saying something, then they want to apologize. That's just as bad as saying, "Oh, well, I'm not racist. I got black friends and and all this other stuff. I dated black women and all this other stuff." Because NFL Vice President of Football Operations, former Miami Dolphins, Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bill, Washington Redskin cornerback, and Troy Vincent, who sits at the head now, who's the NFL Vice President of Football Operations, basically called Bob McNair to his face. He ain't nothing more than just a white supremacist. And let me tell you something. I like Troy Vincent. I've always been a big fan of his for a number of years when he was playing at that time. But as far as I'm concerned, this is what the thing dealing with, and what my eye is at is mostly at the players. That dude, these motherfuckers telling y'all right to y'all face in more than one ways, they don't give two drops of elephant shit about you. Okay? Shoot. All long as they can be able to make millions, they became billionaires off of you going out there on that field under them hot stadium lights, bashing heads in against opposition team, so therefore they can get paid. And Bob McNair is no different because, I mean, come on. Inmates, prisons, okay? And y'all talking about thinking about walking out. Don't think about it. God damn it, go ahead and do it. You got millions of dollars in the bank. You can walk away from this shit. Okay? Colin Kaepernick ain't even worried about these motherfuckers, man. And he finna hit him across the head and stuff when that lawsuit, when he filed that grievance for collusion. And he will win. I don't care what anybody say. I believe he will win. Bob McNair is basically, to me, they all disgusting. Every last one of them. Every last one of the owners. They all disgusting. And see, like Jerry Jones, like Mike Dicker, like Boomer Esiason, Trent Dilfer, who else? Michelle Beadle, and several of them other coaches and stuff. You know, the McCaskies, John DeMaras, all of them. They can't hide their racism. They can't hide it. Stephen Ross, down here for owner for the Dolphins, they can't hide it. They can't hide it. But like, I'll say it like that because with Bob McNair, it's no surprise not to me when he said that. Because I just say it like this for him. Hashtag a cracker is a cracker is a cracker is a cracker is a peckerwood. Period. Plain and simple. He knew exactly what he was saying. That's why I don't put shit past none of them. I don't put shit past none of them. Me personally, man, shoot, even when I'm out in the streets every day and all that, like, you know, my job, I make their ass totally uncomfortable. When they want to start discussing about politics and all this other stuff big on Trump, man, once they come ask me or whatever, and I hit them with some facts, or especially when they say like, oh, I don't like that Kaepernick guy, man. You know, he's the reason why a lot of these players taking all this anthem and stuff like that. They disrespecting the flag and stuff. I'll get them right back. I said, like, motherfucker, it was never about the flag, you jackass. That man never said that. Y'all motherfuckers come with all these excuses thinking about it's about the flag. It wasn't about the flag. It's not about the military. It's about that motherfucking song. He trying to bring a song. He trying to bring awareness to police brutality. When it comes down to the sanctioned murders of unarmed black people being killed by so-called white pasty, baloney smelling, spam eating, skull chewing, smelling like dog piss when they come out the shower, race cowards who pretending to be law enforcement officers and pretending to be DAs and pretending to be judges. Okay? And they're doing it with impunity. Shoot. See, I know how to make them real uncomfortable. That's like I made this white bitch real uncomfortable one time at work when she started talking about that with Kaepernick, and I said the same exact thing. And I came back hitting her with facts and all that. Then she tried to go ahead and try to big up the Green Goblin known as Rudy Giuliani because, you know, the bitch from New York and shit. Man, look here. Once I start hitting her with that shit like that, she immediately want to change the subject. Again, you know, it's like what Taurine was saying. White frailty, man. You know, white frailty. They can't handle that shit because guess what? There's not an ounce of There's not an ounce of human decency in a piece of wasted pasty white filth like them. Period. That's why when a cracker come talk that shit, man, look here, I look them dead in their motherfucking eye. And they better be lucky that's the only thing I do before I beat the fuck out of them. You know, they lucky for that. She immediately wants to change the subject and all that stuff. Yeah, but at the same time, you sitting your ass up here with my boy, and you know, you watching my people going into the club, you know, going there having a good time, probably just enjoying the show or whatever like that, and taking up ideas to see how the sisters would, you know, shit like that, man. This is the type of shit white people do. And seeing Bob McNair, and it goes back to Bob McNair. But when my point is, let me just bring it back around full circle, that this the type of condescending racism that you deal with when you deal with white people. But then in this case, Bob McNair is a condescending racist who broke code, and now he trying to get back on code. But see, you know, fuck that. And see, as for the players for the Houston Texans, man, look here. Y'all on the clock. Now, if you say you're going to walk out, motherfucker, don't talk about it, be about it. Do it. You got millions of fucking dollars in the bank. Motherfucker, y'all cats need to get together. Start your own damn league. Stop this bullshit playing, man. Get up out the niggas for lease. That's all it is. All of us, you know, majority of y'all content with being a $40 million slave. Just like with that old milk dud coon ass nigga I did, the video I did yesterday exposing these two motherfucking the Dr. Coon's sense. Looking like a damn milk dud. And just like one of my subs say, you never trust a black man wearing aviator sunglasses and got no facial hairs. But Bob McNair, fuck you. And also forget for Houston, Texas players who got called out on their shit and they ain't got no nuts and no spine. Pieces of shit.